coming to you live from the Built Ford Tough Studio. Boomer Esiason, Greg Giannotti. It's Boomer and Gio on the Fan. Simulcast across the country on CBS Sports Network. And wherever you are on the free Odyssey app, good Friday morning. A feel-good Friday, especially for Yankees fans as they had a spectacular opener on the road against the Houston Astros. They're down 4-0. They come back and win. It looks bleak early on in the game. Second inning, fourth inning, loading the bases with one out and grounding into double plays, but it didn't last long. You had the big moment with Juan Soto and the play. Juan Soto. The play at the plate, and it was just great. It was so great that Boomer Esiason put on his Yankees sweatshirt this morning, and you could see that on CBS Sports Network. Good morning, Boomer. How are you?
Again, it is not a Yankee sweatshirt.
But you wore it on purpose.
I did not wear it on purpose. I just put it on because, you know what? It was sports overload last night. I mean, we had all sorts of things going on. And, yes, I watched the Yankee opening game. And, I thought after the first inning, this thing is going to be a blowout.
Oh, yeah.
But, this team now shows the heart of a champion, comes back. Whoa. And,
wow.
you have a right
fielder. After one
fielder.
game, you've got heart of a champion.
And then you have a $30 million right fielder just absolutely throwing a seed to the plate. I mean.
That was a one-hopper.
I know, but I will say this. You see Josh Hader in the top of the ninth?
Oh, my goodness.
That's a closer right there.
Yeah.
I will say, we'll see how this season goes on, but that's a closer.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and all right. I don't want to start with any sort of negativity.
No. We're very positive.
Right. But that Josh Hader,
yes,
Giancarlo Stanton matchup.
Oh, not even close. No chance.
I don't think I've seen a Major League Baseball player miss a fastball by the amount that he missed it. Not like late or early.
He was guessing.
Not late or early, just like where his bat was and where the ball was. Like you could actually see a tremendous gap in between it.
Anything low and away from Giancarlo Stanton, he's just whiffing at it. And he's waving at it. He was guessing. Is what happened, and the ball ended up being. I think the ball was out of the strike zone.
Yeah,
but it doesn't really matter. But he was just guessing.
Yeah. So anyway, you brought up Hader. That's right.
I know, but that's a closer. I mean, to win the game the way the Yankees won, exciting, yes. But you're used to having dominant closers come in and shut the door, and it wasn't shut the way that you'd like to be shut. But the investment in Juan Soto had paid off. It paid off in many different ways. Offensively with walks, with a key hit. And then, of course, defensively with making that throw out of right field, that was great. And I didn't even realize this. I'm watching a game yesterday, and I'm thinking, man, damn, those uniforms just look like they are so plain. And you could see the sweat on.
Oh, the Fanatics ones you're talking about.
I mean, they are awful.
Yeah, no, they really are. And I had forgotten about it for a while because we first saw it when they came out, and then we were seeing all the players' balls, and then it was a funny thing. Then I didn't think about it much.
And then you see the sweat, and I was somebody posted an X post towards me, so I saw that, and then all of a sudden I started looking at it the way that this person on X was looking at it, and I was like, "Damn, you're right."
Yeah, they're terrible.
I've never seen the guys sweating like that coming through the uniform.
Yeah, it is terrible.
Especially Aaron Judge looked the worst.
Right, but okay, but Feel Good Friday.
We're going
negative here.
We're going negative. By the way, it's Good Friday.
Yes.
And you know what this is? This is an anniversary of sorts for me.
Oh, yes, it is.
It is an anniversary of sorts for me. It was our first ever Boomer and Gio Live.
Yes.
Over at White Eagle Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a good night.
Yes, you did.
Until the end of the night.
Right. So it was not exactly a year, but it was Good Friday last year. And, you had to leave the show early.
Yes.
And you had to be escorted and thrown into an Uber. Covered in ranch with a shoulder injury.
Yes, and my shoulder's feeling good.
Oh, nice.
It only took a year.
That is great. And we're going back to White Eagle Hall.
Yes.
On May 3rd for Boomer and Gio Live 3 with cheese.
Right, with cheese, baby. I don't know what that means, but it's with cheese. But I will say this. I am also very happy because, of course, the New York Rangers won a game last night. Mm-hmm. It had to be in a shootout, but this was a game against a very good Colorado Avalanche team. And that Nathan McKinnon is incredible. What an incredible hockey player he is. And to be able to say that you come out of there and you win, and now you have 102 points, and you still lead the entire league with points, that is a great win for the New York Rangers last night, even though The shootout is great. It's fun. We obviously don't have that in the playoffs. We obviously don't have the 3-3 in the playoffs. But nonetheless, it's the great Rangers season that I am enjoying all year long continues.
Yes, and as you mentioned, sports galore from Yankees opening day to the college basketball to the Rangers and Islanders and all that was going on. But, the Yankee fan and listening to C-Mac driving in, because he's probably listening to him every day now. He has to be, Chris McMonagle does our overnight show. He has to be the biggest Yankee fan I know. It's gotten to that point with him. Like, his moods when something that they do is positive, I mean, it swings his entire mood. It's crazy. And I never heard him more energetic or happy than this morning. He called it the greatest opening day of his lifetime.
Of his lifetime.
Of his lifetime.
Of his lifetime.
He's 40 years old, the greatest opening day of his lifetime. And then he also said that this was the most important Yankee season of his lifetime.
Wow. That is some heavy stuff.
After one game.
The good news, though, is that they show the heart of a champion. Comebacks, throw a guy out from the outfield when you need it most. Big spots, guys showing up. That kind of stuff is
well, it was great. Yeah, so this is one of those things when you evaluate this.
Yeah.
The Yankee fan was flipping out yesterday when it was 4-0 and they couldn't get a run home. And you load the bases. Then you get the Trevino double play, and I forget who got grounded into the one in the fourth inning, but you get that double play.
Was it Verdugo?
It might have been. So you get those two double plays with the bases loaded and one out, and you're like, oh, my God, here you go again. They can't get anybody in. And then they fight back, and they shut down the Astros the rest of the game offensively. Gets a little scary, of course, in the ninth, but you get the Soto throw. I mean, it was great. It was everything that you wanted the Yankees to be last year that they weren't, and everything you were hoping they would be this year in one game.
161 more to go.
Right.
I would just say they showed last night what the Rangers have been showing all year long. The heart of a champion, coming back from deficits, not being overwhelmed, not letting the game get away from them, playing within themselves.
Yeah.
All those cliches.
Playing within themselves. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I do think, too, that, and this was something that was talked about in the offseason, but to see it out there yesterday in the flesh and blood, to actually have 3 legitimate outfielders who know how to play the outfield defensively makes a huge difference for this team. Alex Verdugo hawking that ball in the gap, and then Juan Soto with the play. I mean, those are two things. I mean, they were nowhere near that good defensively the last couple of years in the outfield. So those are big things. You're going to need that.
But you know what I mean? Like their away uniforms are just. I mean, they're just. It's like, I don't know. I can't explain it to you.
It's like your sweatshirt. It looks exactly like that.
First of all, my sweatshirt is a J. Crew sweatshirt. It's not a Yankee sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's a Yankee shirt.
It's a freaking J. Crew sweatshirt, and it has a label in there to prove it if you want to look at it.
No, I know, but it's a great.
It says nothing about the Yankees. It doesn't say New York Yankees. It just says New York on it.
It's right, just like the old-time Yankee uniform.
Right, same font, same colors. But
and with a 7 on.
You know, I mean,
What?
is.
There's no 7 on it. Nothing. Just leave me alone. It is not a New York Yankee sweatshirt. It's J. Crew.
And that classic old Yankees road uniform is like, it's iconic. And
It's iconic. It's bland.
No. It is, though. It is iconic.
It's bland.
But it's the Yankee. It's been like that for 100 years.
But I've always said it was bland.
Okay, fine. But it's still iconic. The fact that you could see the sweat stains with everybody coming through that uniform is a bad look.
It's a bad look, but it's a great win. It's a great win.
Yes, it is absolutely a great
win.
win.
See, this is what happens when you sign somebody like Juan Soto. And this is why I've been saying what I've been saying about Juan Soto for so long.
We're going to have to call him something else. I'm not going to be able to do this. Honestly, we're just going to have to give him a nickname or something.
Why?
Because I can't, when I hear Juan Soto, this is just what happens to me now.
Right.
Let me see if he's got.
You want to talk about it? You want to call him? Give him a nickname?
Well, let's see if he has one.
Give him a nickname, Capo Caco. Capo Caco scored a goal last night from behind the net.
Yeah, they call him Childish Bambino.
They call him Childish Bambino.
That's his nickname.
His nickname?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So there's
there's a rapper named Childish Gambino, and because he was young when he broke into the league and Bambino Babe Ruth, they call him Childish Bambino. So we could go with that. Great throw by Childish Bambino.
I'm not going with that. There's nothing easier to say or that rolls off the tongue
Then Juan Soto?
than Juan Soto. It's just so easy to say, and it just comes so naturally. And
We're going to be saying it a lot.
We're going to be saying a lot, especially after watching what he did last night.
I love the fact that he was as jacked up as he was. And I know you're supposed to be, it's opening day, but I mean, the fact that he was like looking at the crowd and flexing and yelling back, I was like, yeah, that's what you want to see, man.
They finally got some energy.
I mean, I hate
Guys brought some, in
Juice.
the word juice, like you guys that
A lot of
didn't
juice,
play, you
yeah.
guys like to say juice.
Yeah, bring juice.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Well, they
he
had
brings a lot of
juice.
juice. Yes, he
No,
does.
they had juice, man. I mean, it's sad to say, but there's so many professional athletes that I feel like go through the motions these days. And opening day, you shouldn't. And maybe there'll be Yankee players that do throughout the season. But to see someone jacked up like that and making a play and like going to the crowd and flexing just shows you that guy still got the edge, still wants to do it, isn't, counting his dollars. He's also in a contract year,
Yeah,
as
that's
we
what I
know.
was going to say. Like he'll be counting his next contract, $500 million.
Yeah, then
That's for
that's
sure.
when you got to worry about him having juice or not.
I mean, this is why he's got juice. He's got juice because he wants that contract, which is fine. This is one of the reasons why you would sign a guy like that. And I would think, who else will have juice will be Pete Alonso because he's got a lot to prove, and I know Met fans want him here. I'd like to have him here. I'd like the Mets to be in a playoff race so they don't have to trade him. But I would think that he would be another player that is going to show some juice and has every reason to go out there and have a great year.
Yeah, I mean, he's in almost the same exact situation as Aaron Judge was a couple of years ago. The difference is that the Mets did not offer Pete Alonso a long-term contract where the Yankees had. There was a press conference where the details were out, and it was really messy opening day a couple of years ago. That has not happened with the Mets and Pete Alonso. But, yeah, this is he has to look at that Aaron Judge season and say, I have to do my best to recreate that and get the money that he got. Because at 30-something years old, like Aaron Judge was, the only way that he was getting the dollars that he got was to have the season that he had.
You know what? I am really surprised at you.
And me?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because you are our resident Islander fan here.
Yes. Oh, he's Yankees opening day.
I know,
man,
I know. We're talking Yankees, talking Rangers and everything. We're talking a little bit of NCAA, but we're going to get to all of it just simply because that's what we do. We touch on everything, especially in the first 10 minutes.
Sure, yeah.
I like to hit a little bit of everything.
I know you do.
So your Islanders won a game last night in Florida.
Yeah, they were plus 162. I know that.
That was a huge win for them. You know why that was a huge win for them?
Well, Florida's good.
Right? Plus all three teams. Who are the three teams in front of them lost?
Well, they got the Lightning are there, like
No,
the Red
I'm
Wings.
not worried about
Wings,
the Red Wings, okay.
the Flyers.
The Flyers lost.
Aren't the Lightning ahead of them?
Well, they are,
Wild card?
but it's really the Capitals.
Oh, okay. Well, the Lightning are in front of them, but yeah, okay. So the
Yeah.
Capitals they're closer, is what you're saying.
Yes.
But I was talking about the. Okay, there you go. All right. Well, they still got a long way to go, man.
I know, but last night was a good night for them.
Okay. Yeah, we'll
You
see.
pick up two, and the other teams all drop. They don't pick up anything. Not even 1 point.
This is crunch time. Crunch time. I don't know what to say, man. Like, hopefully they get in the playoffs. That'd be nice.
It's crunch time.
Yeah, I couldn't even say that seriously.
I know you looked at me and you tried to say that. What are you doing? Oh my God!
Oh man, I just wanted a generic.
But I'm just saying it's
retort.
good. Legitimately, it's Good Friday. It's Good Friday. It's a feel-good Friday.
Yeah.
On top of that, holla! And New York teams did what they were supposed to do, and hopefully, our New York team, the New York Mets, will do what they're supposed to do today and take out the Brewers.
Yeah, I have to say, as long as baseball is and how my interest in it has waned over the last few years, driving in and looking up on the LIE at the board that generally says like Queens Midtown Tunnel, 18 minutes or whatever, and it gives you like the times for the traffic. It said Citi Field opening day today, use mass transit. Actually made me feel a little good. I was like, look at that. That's kind of cool. We're almost there.
We're almost there.
almost there.
It's gonna be a little bit windy today, but let's just hope that it's a season that exceeds expectations.
Well, Jerry loves him. The only thing that makes me feel positive about the New York Mets is Jerry Recco's belief in them, because he picked the Rangers to win the World Series last year, a team who had never won a World Series. He picked it, and then they had all those injuries and everything that happened to him, Jacob deGrom and everything else, and they still went and won the World Series. He loves the Mets to go over 81.5, which I don't think that they will, and he put a bet on in it, so I mean, that's the only thing that makes me feel good about him. But he's off-brand Jerry, so sometimes you can't trust him because everybody's saying the Mets are going to be bad. He's off-brand. Mets are going to be good. I don't think they're going to be good. I just hope that they're competitive enough to give us something to watch and something to care about, as opposed to on June 15th, they're 12 games under 500, and nobody gives a crap about what's going on.
Well, you know what? Put me in the Jerry camp on this one, because they have 8 legitimate baseball players playing every single day, assuming they don't get hurt. Third base worries me a little bit. But everybody else, if they just have their normal year, we're going to have a good team. We're going to have a good, solid team. I worry about the starting pitching as well. I'm glad that we have Edwin Diaz back. That should win 4 or 5, maybe even 6 or 7 more games than we did last year, just because we have a legit closer. And it looked like in spring training he was back to being Edwin Diaz.
Yeah, it would be nice to see him opening day out there coming out in the trumpets and bringing that back. It would be nice to see that, because and have him close the game out, get a win, and then feel like normal again. All right, Boomer and Gio on the Fan and CBS Sports Network. Al Dukes has not brought us the read yet, I don't believe.
I don't know what he's
they'll
doing.
be right in.
And it's a feel-good Friday, and actually Good Friday for those who observe. And it's kind of, I guess, not ironic that I'm looking for, but an oxymoron to say that Feel-Good Friday is a Good Friday, right? Because Good Friday is not exactly a positive day in Catholicism, right?
Well, Jesus died.
Yeah.
I mean, but
then he turns it around.
yeah.
Yeah, but not on Good Friday.
But I think Good Friday signals like a day of a new start. You feel like it's a new start.
Well, more of an ending than Easter, the new start.
Well, it's the same. It's the same weekend.
So, like, if the Mets lose today, there's a chance they could still
Rise.
Rise
over the weekend.
Over the weekend, yeah.
Yeah.